Hi, I'm Jennifer Barnhart here with Chris Daniels and over at CDM Moving to talk about his business today. What is the name of your business or organization you're placed in for your cooperative education placement?
CDM Moving Services LLC. We started out as a sole proprietorship, and in 2005 we were incorporated as a limited liability company.
What are the products and services offered?
We are a unique entity in the Mid-Ohio Valley. We offer an array of services. What we specialize in is accommodating each customer's specific needs. So we listen to what the customer wants and we create a custom move for each client.
How large is your organization?
Our organization varies by the time of year. Generally, during the summer months, we go anywhere from 16 to 32 employees, and then in the summertime, we could go as low as 8 to 16 employees. So, therefore, the size of the organization is in line with the time of year.
And where is your head office or other branch?
Our head office is located in Parkersburg, West Virginia.
And how many offices do you have?
We have one main office located in Parkersburg, West Virginia, and then we don't operate satellite offices outside of different areas, but we do offer advertising in the different regions, and then we accommodate each customer's call and their specific needs from our Parkersburg location and send out sales representatives to the areas where customers are wanting service. That way we're able to manipulate and create a cost-effective basis to serve our customers by not operating satellite offices.
Great. How large is the office building in Parkersburg, West Virginia?
The office building in Parkersburg, West Virginia is approximately 4,000 square feet, and then we lease long-term warehousing on an as-need basis also.
Does your organization offer a orientation session for new employees?
Absolutely. Every new employee has to go through a complete orientation session that involves many aspects: drug testing, on-the-job training, basically any of the tools that they're going to require to accomplish the task in the fashion that I expect and the industry expects also. And then we also put all the new employees with a seasoned veteran, and we do a 2-week shadow program.
State 5 major rules and procedures that you must follow at the workplace.
Basically, the moving industry falls under the Federal Moving and Storage Association, Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Basically, we go one notch above that. We make sure that our company standards are above what the FMCSA requires. And what we do is we're a member of the American Moving and Storage Association, and we work in conjunction with the American Storage Association to make sure that we are above and beyond the guidelines required by the Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. That way, we eliminate any problems before they arise by going through this process.
Complete a detailed job description of your position.
My position is CEO and President, but I also play an active role in the daily operations of this business. I try to answer all phone calls from clients personally, and I like to get out in the field and also, as much as possible, see each customer on an individual basis. So yes, as President and CEO, I try to also play an active role and get out there as much as I can and have a hands-on approach to my company.
Identify safety measures that you're required to follow at your workplace.
We go through so many safety aspects. Actually, I am OSHA certified, and we follow all the procedures set forth by OSHA. I mean, a lot of people know that when you're working in this type of industry where there's the danger of crushing your toes, you wear steel-toed shoes. That's just something the average person can associate with. But again, we are compliant with OSHA, which does go above and beyond the industry standards.
What are the career opportunities for jobs in your field?
Career opportunities for our employees. I see basically CDM Moving Services as a stepping stone for our employees. We bring in a lot of younger people that are in college, provide them with an atmosphere where they can work, they get familiar with working with people, talking, communicating, and I see it as a stepping stone to advance their careers in other areas as they continue their education.
And can you tell me how has your cooperative education experience affected your personal and career goals?
Absolutely. The co-op program offered through West Virginia University offers a diversified level of aspects of learning. And through the papers I've done and the interviews and the questions I've answered, it's made me aware of many opportunities and many things that I've offered that I was never really aware of until it was brought to light. So therefore the co-op program makes up an individual realize many things that have been right in front of their face but they never realized before. So the co-op program offered through West Virginia University is a highly, highly valuable tool, not only to the students, but the academic community.
What are the potential hazards or risks at your workplace?
With any business entity, there's many risks that you run into. I mean, when we put trucks out on the road, we have to make sure that all the trucks are safety tested. We have to make sure that all of our employees are properly trained. The number one key thing when dealing with safety is being prepared before an accident happens. If an individual is prepared, the likelihood of an accident happening decreases tenfold. So through OSHA and our training program, we give all of our employees the tools to avert any accidents before they happen.
Is there a workplace harassment and/or discrimination policy or procedure at your placement?
Absolutely. All employees that are brought in go through a training program. They're made aware of the appropriate behaviors in the workplace that are allowed and the behaviors that are not allowed. Now, grant you, it is a learning experience each day. You always encounter new trends, new situations, and you adapt your program as the business evolves. But yes, they go through an intense program about how to act in the workplace, and then they are made to sign an agreement that they have acknowledged the proper behavior in the workplace.
What is the reporting procedure for workplace harassment and workplace discrimination?
The procedure for workplace harassment, basically the employee comes into an office, they let either me or a supervisor know. Generally they let a supervisor know. The supervisor hands them a report form. They fill that out in detail. Then the supervisor overviews the situation. The supervisor can handle it on that level. Then the situation is dealt with in-house. And then if it's a situation that the supervisor cannot evaluate, then it comes to me and I overlook it, and then I try to evaluate the situation and try to handle it in-house, depending on the magnitude of the situation.
All right. When and how long are lunch and breaks?
Lunch and breaks for the moving company usually aren't the same as they would be in the standard office where you go to lunch from 11 to 12 or 12 to 1. Lunch breaks and just general breaks in general. With a moving company, it depends on the job site, how long the job's going to be, and the working conditions. In the wintertime, employees tend to need more breaks more frequently due to the inclement weather. If we're like in a state like Florida where it's like 100 degrees out that day, obviously more breaks will be mandated. So what we do is we have a crew leader, and according to what time they eat breakfast, then the employees negotiate a lunchtime that's acceptable to all the staff working that day. So it's a day-by-day basis.
How much vacation time are employees entitled to, and is it paid or unpaid?
Employees are given 2 weeks of vacation each year. And no, the vacation time is not paid, but we do offer an incentive program for our employees that have been with us for 1 year or more. They receive a substantial Christmas bonus that increases each year. So instead of offering paid vacation, we offer other incentives such as the Christmas program where they get a bonus at Christmas time. It depends, like I said, depending on the amount of years they've been with the company. We also offer what we call per diems, where their meals are paid for, and then we also offer lodging for them. So the company does offer a lot of other perks, and the employees have elected basically to accept the perks over paid vacation.
Is there a union at your workplace?
No, we do not fall underneath union practices. All of our employees, we use what we call employees/subcontractors. All employees, subcontractors sign a subcontractor agreement. So therefore, they are their own independent entity, but they're guided under a CDM Moving Services guidelines.
examples of advantages and disadvantages of unions?
Advantages of unions, obviously from the employee's standpoint, would be their rights, their hourly wages, and a magnitude of other perks. Disadvantages, obviously, at a certain point, wages can become so high that a business does not become profitable and therefore cease to exist. And again, on the disadvantage side, there's a magnitude of arguments that have been brought up over the years, being pro or con union. But no, the CDM Moving Services is not involved with any union, nor are its employees affiliates whatsoever.
There are certain concepts and issues that don't apply to your company, such as globalization and free trade. What about new technology?
New technology is wonderful. Technology evolves as we speak. I know one example would be about 7 years ago, we didn't have the ability to GPS track our trucks. That's something we've implemented in the last 5 years. We have GPS tracking units on our truck. That way I'm able to keep track of when our trucks are stopped and when they're actually moving. So therefore, we have better control over what the employees are doing, their hours that they log. We're better able to optimize our time through the GPS tracking system. So that's one example of technology.
Okay, what about part-time work?
Part-time work is an absolutely fabulous thing. We utilize a lot of part-time employees. Seasonal demand requires that we have part-time employees, especially during the summer months and whenever we hit peak times of the year. So yes, we definitely tap in on part-time employment.
And what about changing demographics?
Changing demographics are a huge factor in the moving industry. As the younger people become older, their earning potential increases, and therefore, when they used to go rent a U-Haul and they would do it themselves, as their income increases, they have more disposable income, so those changing demographics affect the revenue for a CDM Moving Services.
And how do world events affect your business?
World events play not only a role with the CDM Moving Services, but pretty much with basically any business. If there were to be a catastrophic world event that would send us into more of a recession, obviously everyone tightens their belts, so to say, and disposable income decreases, and when disposable income decreases, services that aren't a necessity, which I consider moving more of a luxury service, people tend to fall back on doing it themselves, relying on friends and family and using rental trucks and so forth. So yes, that plays a key factor.
Can you tell me about any environmental concerns?
Environmental concerns are addressed on a job-to-job basis. We are not licensed as far as hazmat goes. So therefore, any customers wanting to transport any hazardous chemicals, we will prepare those chemicals and pack them up for said customer, but it's up to the customer to transport those items in their own private vehicle. So therefore, we do not fall into that category. We make sure that anything once we transport it is handled by the consumer themselves.
What is the male-female ratio at work?
In this type of business, there's a lot of heavy lifting involved, so I would say the ratio would be about 80 to 20. But we do try to hire a lot of employees that are female to take care of the items such as wrapping and packing. And also we do have some females that meet physical standards to carry and lift items. And some of them have been very surprising and have actually performed to the level of almost some men. There are a lot of women out there that can perform the same services that men can, but the ratio would fall into about an 80-20 scenario for our company individually.
And do any of these employees work from home?
The employees do not work from home, although I do have a home office myself.
And what about your company's community involvement?
I've been involved in the community since 1996 when the CDM Moving Services was first created, and then I also own ChrisDaniels Auctioneering and Appraisals. So therefore, we have always offered charity auctions for all our civic organizations, churches. We have a long-standing out relationship with the Wayside United Methodist Church, St. Paul's United Methodist Church. We've always donated our services to the Habitat for Humanity. And then we also donate our services to the Parkersburg Arts Center. And we've done that since 1996 or prior to CD's actual founding as a company. So yes, we do play a very active role, and in addition, we also make a large contribution to the Wood County Sheriff's Department each year, which goes towards funding the Children's Picnic that has become a tradition here in the Parkersburg region. So we're always open to new concepts and new ideas with fundraising. We try to keep our hands on the community, feel the vibe of the community, and I feel that fundraising and charitable activities are a key role in putting yourself out there as a company and giving back to the community that's gave to you so much.